Senate Republicans have just passed, and this is literally in the last 45 minutes, just passed the most extensive rewrite of the U.S. tax code in more than 30 years. The 51-48 party line vote brought President Donald Trump to the brink of his first major legislative victory.
And before Trump can sign the bill into law, it must return to the House of Representatives for another vote Wednesday morning after Senate Democrats invoked a technical budget rule to remove some minor provisions. For more, we're joined by Bloomberg's Dec.20 Dan, does this House revote create any major hurdles, or is it just a quick procedural issue that needs to be taken care of?
Yeah, it looks like a procedural issue. They sent the bill to the Senate and it didn't comply with certain rules. So they made 3 changes, including to the name of the act, which had touted, the benefits of tax cuts. So that's being dropped, and a few other minor provisions, and then it'll be voted on again, and it's likely to pass.
So for individuals, this bill maintains 7 tax brackets, lowers most rates, doubles the estate tax exemption. But we understand from various polls that the polling that's been done on this, the tax cuts, seem to be unpopular for some reason with people. How committed are the Republicans to getting this done? Fairly committed as we see them up very late at night trying to get this done in Washington before the holidays.
Yeah, it looks like they'll pass it, but the question is, what is the political fallout? And the polls have been very clear in showing that, the majority of people think that this bill will benefit the rich, benefit companies, rather than the working class and the poor. And this is, Trump's base, which he won on, winning the Rust Belt, basically acting as a champion of the poor in some sense. And so, the bottom line is, how will this impact, the midterms and President Trump's own reelection? And the jury remains out on that. Republicans are confident that, once the economy booms, it'll benefit everybody, that the polls will change. But right now, it's extremely unpopular, even compared to the 1980s tax cuts at the time they were passed.
So, I mean, one of the things you could compare it to, in a sense, is Obamacare. It was very unpopular with the Republicans, with the right, when it came through. This is very unpopular with the Democrats, with the left. And there are also some implications for Obamacare as part of this bill. Explain that.
Yeah, this bill gets rid of the individual mandate, which basically penalizes people who don't buy insurance. Now, this is necessary to force everybody into these exchanges so that you get young, healthy people into these markets. And, without them, you could see premiums rise. So Mitch McConnell even said, getting rid of the individual mandate rips the heart out of Obamacare. And Republicans believe this will force Democrats to kind of come to the table and try and figure out a solution to Obamacare. So, where it goes forward is unclear. Susan Collins, who's a Republican senator, backed the bill, partly on the condition that McConnell would come up with some way to stabilize the healthcare markets, insurance markets. But that's unclear how that's going to move forward at this stage.